Hi, everybody. How are you going this weekend? I hope you've had a good one. Colin and I had a hot date at Bunnings this morning, and as usual, we went in, I think, to get a couple of light bulbs and came out with two lamps, a plant. Thank God we got the light bulbs, and a couple of other things. I love Bunnings; it's really good. So why would I want to learn about personality types? I've had a couple of people ask me because on this Saturday, the 17th of March, so only in 2 weeks' time, I'm doing a workshop or seminar. It's a really interactive, fun event at Parramatta RSL Club, and it's about personality types, love languages, connection, communication. It's one of my favourite topics, and this one's really, really fun. So I hope if you're in Sydney that you can come along to it. And someone said to me, why do I need to know about personality types? I get along with everyone well enough. And I guess the question is, how some people say, oh, what you don't know won't hurt you. Well, in this instance, it actually could hurt you because have you, had people at work that you just can't stand or you don't understand or they rub you up the wrong way? So it can hurt you if you're not aware of why somebody behaves the way that they do. You might make up meanings like, oh, well, that's just how they are, or I won't interact with them anymore, I don't care. But the problem is if you have to work with them, or if they're a family member or a new family member, like one of your family members, new partners, and you're just not getting along with them, that can cause a lot of frustration. So I think the most important thing is that you have a perspective. If you don't know about personality types and what drives somebody's behavior and emotions, then you're either going to be intolerant or angry, or you might even feel bad yourself, the way that somebody's behaving towards you or not responding to you or not warming to you, or not wanting to work with you, or this might even be one of your kids or your partner. I know until I started doing a lot of work on personality types about 16 or 17 years ago, I didn't quite understand my poor husband. Now I do. I think the meaning that you might put on someone purely by not understanding how their brain works and or your brain, that will impact how you behave towards them and how you experience them. Purely because of the misunderstanding. And quite often it's in the unspoken. People might be narky with each other, or you might be trying to love a family member or trying to love a friend and they're just driving you nuts, or their behavior is making you feel bad. So you're both of you have a perception about what is real about the other person. And it's inside of the unspoken sometimes that the worst conflict happens. So once you understand how your emotions and behavior are impacted by your personality, that's when the good stuff happens. Hello. Coles just brought our lamp in. I was telling him about our trip to Bunnings. Bye. I'm going to get him on video one day. He just bolted out the door. So it is so important to learn about personality types. I wish that they would explain this in school. About 6 months ago, I did 5 days of love languages. So you know how people experience love in different ways, and somebody might be acts of service, gifts, physical touch, words of affirmation. There's another one. Right now, I can't remember. So it's really important to understand how somebody receives love, because if you give it in the way that they don't receive it, then there's conflict. They think you don't love them and you think they're being ungrateful. So you remember those videos that I did. It's exactly the same with personality types. You can completely transform business teams, marriages, your relationship with your kids, friends, because you're not wasting time trying to get through to somebody because they purely don't get what you're saying. That's not how they receive not only the love languages. That's why I cover love languages in the personality workshop, because they're so intertwined. Two different personality types can have the same love language yet respond completely differently purely because of how their brain is wired. So understanding all of this can just be heaps of fun. Like And there's the value in it. So why come to the personality workshop? Because if you are in sales, you'll learn how to connect with your customers a lot quicker. If you're in business and you run teams or you're working with a lot of people, you'll be able to understand your team and help mentor and support them better, purely because you understand how their brain ticks and what they need, what information they need from you to operate on the level that is optimal for them. It's wonderful for people who are already in a great relationship because you get to understand each other on a deeper level. It's great if you're a parent. I've done this workshop many times in defense, and I've had people come up to me and say, oh my God, I've just figured my kids out. You know, I've got one of these and I've got one of these, and I'm trying to parent them this way, and now I get why it's not working, and this is such a huge relief. So I love doing this workshop, besides the fact that it's heaps of fun, and you can see light bulbs come on. People's faces just light up and they point to each other. That's the value in bringing your partner or your work colleagues, because you actually experience it and learn it together, and you hear about what the other person is like. And the other thing we go through is how best to operate with that person. So how best to show them you care about them, how best to ask them for information, how best to motivate and inspire them, when to leave them alone, you know, what their needs are, because there's generally 4 different personality types. There's hundreds of different tests out there on the internet that you can do. I do a really easy tick and flick self-analysis one that takes about 5 minutes, and then we unpack it all and have a bit of fun. So once you understand all of that, everything becomes a game, because you can change and transform all the relationships in your life. So why would you want to learn about personalities? Because what you don't know can completely impact your life. I would love for you to share this with your friends in Sydney. The event is going to be at Parramatta RSL on Saturday 17th, which is only 2 weeks' time. It's in the afternoon for about 2.5 hours. It's on St. Patrick's Day, so I didn't even think about that. But the cool thing is that RSL is having St. Patrick's Day celebration, so you can just go outside and drink green things. And you're more than welcome to wear green stuff, St. Patrick's Day stuff, to the event. So I would really love for you to share this video with people that you know in Sydney, anyone you know that wants to enrich their relationships, get along better with their students if they're a teacher. This is fantastic for sports coaches because it helps them get inside the heads of their team members and get the most out of their team. So business or sports, school teachers, family members, business owners, anyone that works in a team, or sales, it's really cool as well. So thank you in advance for sharing this video. I hope to see you Sydney-siders in 2 weeks. Okay, have a great Sunday. Bye.